G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Dice of Our Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at another batch of Waterbird toys, or should I say water critter toys, because one of them isn't, actually. But we're only going to be taking a look at 3 water themed toys. I'm trying to be very careful what I'm saying here, and to be fairly accurate as well, because obviously, yes, I'm just going to go ahead and grab the webcam just so I would have done it so perfectly now on, of course. So if I'm being a bit too fast, alright. And the train we've got today is the Tony Play Rail N700 Shinkansen bullet train with that light up feature. Crockies, that looks really awesome. Mind you, that video would have gained a lot of views. You know that big Tony Play Rail video that I did? That was amazing. But anyways, we're just going to go ahead and take a look at the 3, how do you say it, toys that will be seen today. And I might just pretty much get these up there, of course. Oh yes, it's actually quite a good trio-some of water-themed toys. I'm just going to zoom the camera out and make some room and keep the train a distance, because you know why? We're going to be start doing a very good-looking toy review. And our first one we're going to take a look at is the 5th of Origami Penguin Club World. Love saying that one, eh? Basic summer like motorboat recreation trip with duck and fish feeding frenzy 12-pack, and they got oh yes, the set costs about £13.95. There you go. Looks quite a very that blue penguin looks quite freaked out. Maybe it's because it was having some kind of panic attack over, you know, getting drowned, or maybe the boat was going way too fast. But at least it's a different design. There's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. Yes, it looks fairly nice though, eh? Having a duck in a playset, that looks fairly cool. Okay, and yes, I would actually thought, oh, you know what, this isn't actually looking too bad. I would have put in another duck though, but nevertheless, it's actually quite a nice set though. But yet again, I'd definitely say the fish. You know, when there's 4 of them and you have 4 penguins at the same time, it makes it fairly easy for all fish and penguins to be served perfectly. How'd that come? Of course, yes, let's go ahead and assemble the set. Well, obviously it's not really a buildable set, but what you get is some kind of motorboat or speedboat. That's what it says there, of course. It's quite a basic design. Look, I mean, whenever I look at this design, I mean, it's not that bland. Who cares? And we've also got a couple of pieces of bread, which, strangely enough, this isn't being coloured in. I don't know why. Maybe I need to pretty much do it at the, maybe I should do it now. I don't know why, but it looks like that bread hasn't been coloured in, you know, perfectly, I guess, alright. So that was a bummer. But at least I'm getting to the point of just, you know, reviewing toys, and I should have done that. Should have done that yesterday, eh? Naughty Ivan. How lazy. I mean, or should I say, bone lazy I am. I was yesterday. But at least I'm detailing that one piece of bread. I'm not showing it on camera though, because the video would probably drag on a bit though. So I need to pretty much, you know, pick up a bit of speed, and hopefully, when that is done, I should be back. And I'll tell you when it's done. It shouldn't take that long. There you go. Oh, nicely done. Did you see that piece of bread fall down? Did you? Just what over there. And guess what? It's now fully detailed. Of course, yes, the back side of the bread is now fully detailed. Of course, yes, it's now looking a lot much more better now. And now let's take a look at the fish. I mean, it looks fairly nicely detailed. Sorry about the wound I've got on my finger there. Well, it's not really that severe for a wound, but at least I can just add some cream, of course. But anyways, these guys look totally and utterly, how would you say it, pretty amazing. Pretty cute, pretty cool. I don't see anything wrong with these guys. Yes, I mean, they do look bland, but yet again, that's pretty much the standard type of fish that we often see in this franchise. That looks pretty cool. Of course, you can put the fish onto the penguin's beak, if you can, just to set up as like a little role play or something, eh? Or, because it's bread around, you can actually make them feed the fish, or you can actually feed the fish with bread. And alongside the fish, you've also got a duck here as well. Yeah, that looks like a basic duck to me though. I don't know about you, I wonder why I'm giving such Donald Duck type vibes. It actually does. Sad thing is there's no losses in info. It would have been so much better if there was losses in info, which would have tidied up the model perfectly. But anyways, let's take a look at some more penguins. Obviously, we've got 4 of them. We've got a black one, who strangely enough on the other side has got like a sooty beak on the other side. Well, but on the other side it's not, which is kind of strange. But I like it though. Right? Next up, we're going to take a look at is that like a turquoisey or aqua penguin there? It's kind of like a mixture of blue and green coloured. I mean, that looks fairly nice and colourful looking, I have to say, eh? Quite a very unusual colour of its kind. Fairly nice. fairly beautiful, of course. And we'll take a look at the blue one. I'm not sure about that one, but that actually is fairly nice. Let's see that. That is just totally and utterly brilliant. And we've also got this here as well. It's so nice in the way flipped up details of toys. Of course, this is like a green penguin. Of course, it's a green penguin. I mean, why wouldn't it be? But yes, that looks totally and utterly mundane, but fairly cool. I mean, those are the penguins here as well. Of course, yes. I'm not sure if you can actually make the penguins control. I mean, they can control the boat, but I'm not sure if they can actually control the bread while feeding the fish and the ducks. This one's having a bit of a funny pose. I don't know about you, but these guys are actually quite fairly awesome. Would have preferred if there was some extra detailing on the arms there, but yes. Of course, yes, I'm being fairly nice and intricate there, yeah. And yes, it looks fairly cool. So I might as well plonk that penguin onto the boat. In fact, I'm going to put all penguins onto the boat, but I'm not sure if they would actually carry the bread. Let's see if they'll... Do you think this bread is actually a bit too big? Or do you think it's not? Maybe I'm just dreaming. I've got a funny feeling that bread really is too big. If I try and get the penguins to actually hold the bread, it's actually a bit too big. So I wouldn't recommend the bread as a tool though. But what I can do is load the penguins onto the boat and just let them statically feed the ducks or feed the fish. And of course, that's a very nice thing, I suppose. So you can actually pretend it as some kind of, you know, summer like camping set. And of course, this you've got a duck there, and you've got some bread involved. Oh yes, and you've also got some fish as well too. Oh, that one, eh? They'll be feeding on the section of where the bread is there, but at least it's going to be fairly nice. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Yes, I don't know about you, but I'm just making those scenes quite miraculous, eh? I mean, that's how I like to set things up. And yes, I'm not sure what I'm doing at the moment though, but I'm actually preparing to upload this video though, but at least the video is about to continue, because obviously I've got a few products there. There's about 2 of them actually. Yeah, that's quite a nice looking product. I mean, it would have been so much better if the bread was a little bit more smaller though, but at least it does make sense for the bread to be a bit big for the penguins to hold, because, well, they're actually feeding the duck and the fish, which is actually quite good, but also in a bad way though, because we all know that fish can be bad. You know, I mean, when there's bread involved, and so do ducks as well. Well, bread is bad for fish and ducks though, but people see it in many perceptive ways, especially when it comes into nature. I mean, not gonna lie though, I mean, that is one of the biggest conundrums, the biggest, you know, how would you say it, the biggest debates that people can actually make. stating that both can either be good or bad for the environment. What I'm gonna do is just pack these guys up the way. Looks like this product here is done, of course. It's a little bit cloudy today though. Hang on a minute. I'm just getting a bit of a weird sort of pacing, sort of sneeze, sort of nose. I don't know what it is, but I feel like my nose is playing me up. I'll be right back once I'm done with this, you know, absolute baloney of an interruption. Oh my god. Oh, better not probably think about, you know, spewing something out of from the sink though. But anyways, at least it wasn't chowder or chum. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at another set, obviously. And I think it's going to be the flip up origami swimming. Oh yes, that looks fairly nice. I think I've made these guys before. Cost about £5.99 or £6. It's called the Swimming Australian Pacific Gale Family 5-pack. I'm not sure if I've made this set before because I can't really remember. And what's also quite interesting is that the components are made in the UK. Oh wait, not the Thailand, but also, sure I said components made in Thailand and the UK. I was gonna say the Thailand. Well, Thailand is not the Thailand. Thailand is Thailand, obviously. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming outside from the packaging. Oh yes, I have to say that made in Thailand paper stuff is actually quite beneficial because it actually, you know, adds up to the whole eye candy and to the whole point and the whole fact that I'll be able to supply as many toys as possible for the near future. I know that's a very good thing. Okay, let's take a look at the adult Pacific Gales, which are coloured in white in colour with yellow and red on their beaks. And so is their eyes. I actually didn't realise this, but in real Pacific Gales in Australia, they've actually got like a yellowish, sort of ochre, sort of orangey kind of colour on their eye rings. I would have never thought that is actually the actual colour for those guys. Here's the other one there as well. And they look fairly nice. There you go, there's the name there, Pacific Gale. And actually, just before when I was making this video, if I go to the... Oh, there's a crow here, sorry. Of course, yes, outside, just before when I was making this whole video, we actually had real seagulls. And you might be thinking, oh, but Ivan, you're being a bit too preposterous. In fact, we don't really need to have that many seagulls. I mean, we do get seagulls, but none of them nesting. Well, I know they weren't really nesting though, but yes, there were seagulls outside though. They were making a bit of a meowing sort of cat-like noise. And overall, it is pretty much the top-end corner of, you know, the breeding season. In fact, it's pretty much nearly the end of the breeding season. And at the moment, the weather is, of course, not sunny. And as we all know, it is pretty much damp and cloudy. But we're not getting any rain until we are. Yes. It's a great big physical change as we're rapidly going from sunny and hot, or should I say warm, to cloudy and cool and mild. Yet again, it is something that people can really, you know, debate upon. And of course, yes, I do know that there were some seagulls outside, but I couldn't remember. I think there was only a few of them this morning when I heard them. When I was actually resting in the bed, there was actually a couple of them here. And then I believe, obviously because I'm handling the webcam, I haven't got a USB adapter at the moment though, but there were some seagulls right at that building. I think on that building, I think there was some on the left, and I think on that bonfire night video I did well, I did the fireworks and stuff last year. I did film at the other house, the other side of this neighbourhood here, and there were some more seagulls calling. But of course, yes, I'm talking about today, not bonfire night, okay? And it was a mixture of herring and lesser blackback gulls outside there, and Of course, yes, they were caught shipping, but it's literally nearly the end of the breeding season. So we're literally at the tail end of the breeding season. As you can actually think of it, that's a nice looking car. In fact, let me just go ahead and continue on with the Pacific Gal themed product because, you know, there you go. This is supposed to be a juvenile gal. I never noticed that these guys would have got, like, you know, a very different eye style than what I actually thought of. And actually, there's a bit of a close-up. There's actually a bit of a mixture between pink and grey on these seagulls. And if I take a look at the other one here, therefore it looks totally and utterly similar. And there's the other side. Oh yeah. There's this black tail end, just like the adults would normally have. And there it is there, juvenile Pacific gal. Quite interesting, huh? And there's another one right over here. That's a lovely looking design. And if I turn to the other side here, therefore it looks quite a nice looking design. If you're going to represent a toy based on a seagull, well, this is it. Well, more than it's though really, because we've got more products though based on seagulls. I mean, we had some Flapping Bird toys. They were the good old days, weren't they? They were indeed. Well, let's take a look at a much bigger and grander set, which I think I'd probably say would be the utter jewel of the crown. Okay, let's put these away. Oh yes, with the seagulls and the penguins done, let's take a look at something fairly interesting. I know I've done monkeys and other stuff before though, but let's take a look at this one here. It is a flip-flop origami. Oh my crockies, it's a Southeast Asian mangrove coastal forest. And what's it called though? Bait and switch, oh sorry, it's called the coastal forest bait and water monitor lizard switch ambush claw pack. And it actually costs about £13.99 or £14. Put it this way, I would have put in a high price for the set though, and I would have never thought I'd be making this very simple but very cool looking idea. It's actually very clever for such an idea. There's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. Obviously that's a crab, not a spider of course, and there's a fish here. And we've got a monkey and an otter. It looks like a Pokemon actually, that otter. They all both look freaked out by this big monster lizard, which looks like some kind of very weird, how do you say it, compact Komodo dragon I guess. Okay, out they come. This is actually quite a very clever set because we've got some, oh yes, it's something to be very educational here. Got some fishies here, we've got some crabs. This is actually quite nice. I mean, I would probably say that this is actually the closest toy product if you're going to be, you know, how would you say it, thinking about nature and wildlife in Thailand and Malaysia. And let's take a look at this side here, because I think it's a little bit more easier, apart from getting distracted by that train. But let's take a look at what we've got. We've got some monkeys here. They're based on the crab eating the cat that I've seen before. I actually have seen those recently in Malaysia. Oh, pardon me. Of course, hopefully I'm not that low at all, but these guys... Oh, it's taking a dive, that other monkey. But, of course, there's two monkeys here. Both of them are based on crab eating the cats. That one's being a bit too close. Way too close at me, eh? And, yes, they're fairly nice. They are pretty much a common sight around Southeast Asia. If you go to like Thailand, Malaysia, maybe Singapore, obviously Singapore as well. Of course, these are actually quite common. Those monkeys, they look fairly serious looking, of course. And literally doing the same pose as what I've actually found in the other monkey set. They look fairly nice though, eh? Fairly nice. And apart from the monkeys, obviously despite their name, they don't really typically feed on crabs. We've also got otters as well, and Asian, I think these are Asian small-clawed otters here. We've got two of these guys. Both of them look quite cute. And there's the other side. Oh! One otter is taking down one otter. That is utterly weird to see that. That was utterly unexpected. Get it, right? That's a very good pun there, right? Of course, here we got, what an oddly weird sort of move there, that otter. It's just taking a dive. Oh, I have to move a bit forward, otherwise that train would have could have clobbered that one, eh? Okay, that one otter, eh? Okay, that otter looks pretty nice, lovely side view. There's the other side here as well. It's a beautiful looking toy. Nice tail going around here with pink feet. A nice colour combination of brown and white. Yeah, actually it's pretty beautiful, if you can think of it, eh? And there's its eye here. It looks quite distorted on that side versus the other side. It's kind of strange. And it almost looks like dogs there by the looks of these guys. Otters, because they are pretty much almost closely related to, like, you know, canines, I guess. But maybe I might be totally wrong. Nevertheless, these otters look fairly nice and beautiful looking. Let's take a look at some fish. The fish overall, I don't know about you, but they're based on tilapia type fish, which I believe they come from, I'd probably say Africa, I guess, because that's where these fishes were originally native to. In fact, that also says there's a brain teaser that I might do African stuff by September 2022, if I can do that one, hey? That'd be brilliant. There's the other side here. Okay, that looks quite cool. Lovely red, actually pink tilapia, actually, sorry. And we've also got some crabs here. 3 spotted swimming crabs. I think they look pretty much the same. Maybe apart from the feet colorization on the top. And also at the bottom. And they do look pretty nice. Almost remind me of spiders though, but they are crabs. Perfect summertime set, obviously. There's a bit of brown on the underside with some blue legs. Same thing on the other side here as well. These Mangrove crabs, I've got it though, eh? They all look fairly nice. Nicely detailed in a very lavish way. And let me just put these guys away because we're going to see the real beast of this product now, eh? Or I think the real beauty is, of course, the beast. Wow. These are, I think I've made these guys before though, right? In a separate product before. These are Asian water monitors. And I think I've seen those before. When I was on holiday in Malaysia, I was just so frantically amazed. When I went into several parks in Malaysia and when I came across one of these guys, I was just so frantically amazed just to encounter those reptiles. Not only because they're just so impressive in size, but even when they swim, they're just so majestic. Those monitor lizards, they are such a beautiful looking thing. In fact, of course, yes, these are Asian water monitors, and I think local people in Malaysia and even Thailand, for that matter, I think people say to me, I think a lot of people in Thailand and also in Malaysia, they actually told me that they're actually quite a common sight to see. Well, to me, I don't find them quite common there because where I live in the UK, I'm pretty much a tourist and I don't often come and watch big reptiles like this because they can be very dangerous, and you know why? Look at that. Look at that, they've got a very nasty chumpy jaw action. Hello, Diamond Monitor Lizard, and I'm a human thumb. Ah! Right, of course, here's the other side here as well. This one here's got like a combination of yellow, but also darkish grey or black, with brown as well. And of course, yes, if you want to make them swim, you can. You can actually fold the legs and make them look like they're actually swimming. And of course, yes, their tail, which obviously acts and doubles up as a rudder. That looks fairly nice. It almost looks like a turtle when it swims. But of course, yes, hopefully it's not a plesiosaurus dinosaur-like creature, because you know it is a lizard. Obviously, going by the tongue. Fairly nice though, right? And it feels like that June has actually seen so much praise in the way toys have been produced. Here's another one there as well. Another lizard, but this one's a bit lighter in colour in terms of the grey and also the yellow as well. Same thing as well, jumping jaw action as well. Nom 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 nom. Where is my food? Well, of course, yes, I might give the lizard some food, but let's give them a bit of fish. How crazy is that? It's like I'm pretty much being the Steve Irwin of Malaysia, where instead of crocodiles, I'll be dealing with water monster lizards. How crazy is that? I wonder if I could pretty much... how I would actually let this lizard gouge into some very weird tasty food. It's quite weird. Well, at least it likes the fish. Oh wow! You can actually feed those guys like so. I didn't realise you can actually give them a bit of fish, but also a bit of crabs. Yummy! I bet this is actually looking like a very good looking set to me. You can actually feed the lizards and also the monkeys and the otters. But I'd definitely say that those lizards are pretty much after those monkeys and otters who have got their bite. And I've got a funny feeling that whenever those lizards see those monkeys and otters feeding on fish and crabs, well, guess what? There comes the good old, or should I say the very bad old, bait and switch. Because once they start eating those guys, yes, the otters and the monkeys going for the fish and the crabs, well, guess what? These guys here, the lizards, are after them. They're about to kill those guys. Ooh, right there. Alright, let's just stop going a bit, you know, over the top there, eh? Because it would have dragged on this whole video, eh? Well, of course, yes, that's a bit of a pun, eh? But at least these guys are not really Komodo dragons, but at least it worked. Well, obviously this review has been coming to a grinding end now. In fact, it's now coming to an end now, because obviously I'm done with the toy review. Okay, you're done. Well, at least it just got through the Christmas penguin, obviously. And hey, wasn't too bad doing the toy review, but anyways, if you really want to see more Flip-Flop videos in the near future, please give this video a like, subscribe for more Flip-Flop videos, or should I say subscribe to my Flip-Flop channel for more content and toy reviews like this. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now. And we'll let that bullet tank take fire, I think. Bye.